everyone, and welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Today, I want to do two things. First, I want to answer a question from a viewer that I got in an email. And also, while answering that question, I want to dispel a misconception a lot of people have after watching one of the videos I recently put out. Something they think I support that I don't. Well, first off, the question was, what is the dumbest or most worthless modern trend in firearms? You know, in the shooting sports, in concealed carry, whatever. What's the stupidest trend that's come out over the last 10 years or so? Well, here's the thing about trends in shooting sports, etc. Tactical behavior, whatever. There's always going to be new stuff. There has to be. Because let's remember, the training industry is supported not just by new people coming to learn the basics. It's supported even more so by people who have learned the basics coming back to learn something new. So if you don't create something new, a new way to hold a gun, a new way to draw, a new way to do something, people aren't going to come back and you're not going to stay in business, or you're going to be a much smaller business. So you have to make up new stuff. Doesn't necessarily mean it's better. It's just different. Sometimes it's better. Not very often, because let's face it, we've been shooting for many, many decades. It's not like someone just suddenly figured out how to hold a gun. That now the new way is the best way ever, because no one thought of that in the first 150 years. That's just bullshit. Like I said, sometimes it is better though. Usually it's just different. Sometimes it's even worse. But like I said, usually just different. So I wouldn't say most of them are stupid. I would just say they're a selling tactic. They're a way to get people in. And here's the thing, if you don't know any other way and you learn the new way is usually fine. Like I said, just different. Now, one of the things I love watching when I talk about stuff like this is I like to watch Jerry Mixapitalik. In fact, I was watching one of his videos yesterday, before I even got this question, where they were doing a competition. He was competing with some of the new modern shooters with who could load a shotgun faster. And they're doing it the new modern way, the flipping it up on your shoulder and loading it from the side thing. And he's just doing it the old style, old school way. He's smoking them. So if their way was so much better, why can't they beat this old guy loading a shotgun? So like I said, most modern trends are just different. And if you're better at what you're doing, you're going to be better at what you're doing, whether it's the old way or the new way. So with that out of the way, I'm going to answer the question, though. There is one modern trend that I think is really stupid, and that is appendix carry. It is stupid. It's just unsafe. It's taking a risk you don't need to take for an advantage that isn't real. The advantage they love to say is that, it's so much faster to draw. Is it really? Is this much faster than this? What's the difference there? I'm going to say probably none. In fact, you could probably do 10 times from each way if you practiced yourself at home for as long as you could practice till you're good at both of them, and then time each one 10 times, you're probably going to see that it bounces back and forth between which one's faster. That's been my findings, to be honest with you. So that whole, it's speed, that's garbage. And it comes with several disadvantages. For one, it violates the safety rules. You're not supposed to point your gun at anything you don't want to destroy. I'm assuming you don't want to destroy your genitals. And also it says, it violates the rule of treat every gun like it's loaded, because would you want to point a loaded gun at your genitals? And it violates the fourth rule about knowing what your target is and beyond, and not, taking extra risk, because the target is your genitals and what's beyond it is your femoral artery. So not a really good idea. It's not a good way to carry, period. And where it came from is this was a method that was popular with like gangbangers and thugs and gangsters. It was a way to carry that if you got frisked, they were usually checking for a shoulder holster or a hip holster. They didn't pat your crotch down. So it was a way to carry a gun in a manner that you're not going to get found out if someone wants to find out if you have a gun. That's where it came from. It was then adapted by these tactitards who just thought it looked cool. And then they make up all these things like, this is so much easier to carry, and blah, blah. It is not. Outside waistband, 3 o'clock is the easiest way to carry, period. And also, you're not muzzling yourself the whole time. You're not flagging yourself with the muzzle. So it is not faster. It's just something they thought was cool, and it's something that they have sold to everybody. It only became popular over the last decade or so when these online trainers and wannabe tactitards were, promoting this stuff. It's just not safe. It's not a way you want to carry. A lot of people thought, oh, have you gone soft on appendix carry because you showed a lot of pictures of your viewers appendix carrying and you didn't really razz them too much? Well, I didn't razz them too much because they're grown-ups. If they want to carry that way, they can carry that way. The only person that they're endangering is themselves. So I'm not all that worried about it. But like I was saying, appendix carry is just stupid. It's not faster, and it's definitely not safe. And here's another thing. Let's say someone rushes you, a person or a wild animal, and you're on your back. They're on top of you. What's easier to do, this or this? I tell you, it's this. You might not even be able to get to this. And even if you did get an arm under them and start pressing them up, they're still going to maintain contact with you down here. So you're going to be blocked from getting to your gun. So it comes with definite risks beyond just blowing your own balls off. So it's just not a good way to carry, period. And like I said, it only became popular in recent years when the internet. You can pretty much follow the rise of the internet. Before that, there was a few people who thought it looked cool in movies and when gangsters did it, so they did it. But other than that, it's just a really not impractical, but irresponsible way to carry. But the only person you're risking is you. So I really don't care if you do it. If I look at someone doing it, I assume that either they're smooth down there and they don't care, or there's just really very little chance of them hitting that small of a target, but still, your femoral artery is still right beyond it. And here's the thing. When people talk about how, oh, it's just easier to draw from. Really? Because, in these situations where they're out like, I'm practicing and I'm shooting this target here, you've never been scared 1 second. One of the natural things you do when you study psychobiology, like I have because of my degree, is the one thing people do when they get scared is they crouch. When you crouch, you bend. You're forcing that gun barrel right into your crotch while you're drawing it under a stressful situation. Not a good idea. If you crouch with it right here, no problem. Or even cross draw, no problem. If you're worried about drawing in a car, that's what I hear a lot of people say, well, I can draw in a car from here. Well, 1, how likely is that to be a problem? And 2, cross draw. You're not flagging yourself, and, you can draw it while you're driving. Cross draw is a much better way. Now, cross draw has its disadvantages too, because you're often flagging somebody else when you draw. But hopefully there's not someone standing right next to you if you ever have to defend your life. And then, even then, hopefully you don't shoot them. But like I said, appendix carry is by far the stupidest modern trend in firearms, because not only is it unsafe and impractical, it really just doesn't make sense no matter how you look at it. There are tons of instances of people maiming themselves because they were appendix carrying when it wouldn't have happened if they weren't. And there's way more cases of that than people actually, they survived because they drew 1/8 of a second faster from appendix. No cases of that, no examples of that, no provable examples of that. But there's lots of deformed people out there right now because they appendix carried. So that, in my opinion, is easily the stupidest modern gun trend. Oh, before I go here, I want to remind everyone, if you disagree with what I just said, we do slap the yank on my live chats. I have live chats every night at 6 p.m. except Monday and Wednesday when they're at 5 p.m. If you disagree with me, come on and let me know. Be a man. Don't just bitch in the comment section. No one takes anybody who bitches in the comment section at any type of value. We know they're just little pissy bitches. But if you actually come in and tell me you feel differently, I welcome it. I love it. I'll think much more of you as a person if you do. I always commend the people who come in, even if I disagree with them completely. I'm like, you came in, you spoke your mind, you stood your ground. You might be wrong, but at least you did it. So if you disagree with what I said, don't whine like a little bitch in the comment section. Come to my live chat, ask to come on in live on the air, and let me know you disagree with me, and we'll debate the merits of both our arguments. It's real easy to do. So there's a link in the upper corner of this video. Just come on over to the live chat, let a moderator or me know that you want to come in and discuss it, and we'll get it done. And with that being said, I am out of here. I hope to see some of you at the live chat tonight because I know some of you are going to disagree with me. If not, I just want to remind everyone here to always carry, even if it's appendix carry, you're only risking yourself, and stay safe until I do see you again.